Hello, my name is Ted. I'm a volunteer ambassador of the Illinois Solar Education Association. In this short video, I'm going to share with you my experience adopting solar energy generation and passive solar design at our Greenstar Gold Certified retrofit of our 100-plus-year-old Chicago 2-flat. The house is a historic landmark building in a Ukrainian village that includes a solar thermal hot water system installed in 2006, as well as a 6.5 kilowatt photovoltaic system and passive solar design elements installed in 2017. So come with me to look at the two solar systems installed, as well as a brief look at passive solar design. The decision to install our first solar system in 2006 was based on an interest in reducing our fossil fuel use. Illinois Solar Energy Association offered a course that helped provide the knowledge needed to make an informed decision on a solar installation. At that time, solar thermal hot water had a lower upfront cost, and this old technology has a considerably higher efficiency at capturing solar energy than photovoltaics, making this an attractive way to get into solar energy and to get the most bang for your square footage. The hot water system features 3 4x6 panels that absorbs solar energy and transfers the heat directly to the antifreeze-based working fluid, which moves through the panels. Compared to photovoltaic panels, solar thermal panels at this latitude are typically installed south-facing at a high angle of tilt in order to maximize the capture of the sunlight in wintertime. At the bottom of the panel, the cold working fluid enters the panel and is pumped through the panel, absorbing the heat. The heated working fluid exits the top of the panel and is pumped down the insulated pipes on the side of the building and re-enters the building, where it transfers the heat to an 80-gallon storage tank. At the top of the panel, near the outflow, is a thermometer. When the temperature there exceeds the tank water temperature, the controller triggers the pump, moving the working fluid to and from the panel. As you use hot water, the heated water from the solar storage tank moves to the backup hot water tank. In warmer months, the water in the storage tank can reach over 160 degrees Fahrenheit. After a sunny day, regular use of hot water ensures that the backup water tank stays hot and inactive. In winter months, the storage tank reaches 110 to 120 degrees Fahrenheit on a sunny day. The backup water heater is essential during the winter or after a couple of cloudy days. In 2016, the building underwent a major rehab using the Greenstar framework. The upgrades include installation of the solar photovoltaic system and passive solar elements. With these upgrades, the building achieved a Hertz index rating of 33. In layman's terms, this means the building requires a third of the energy of a modern, conventionally built home of the same size. The photovoltaic solar array consists of 23 panels on a typical flat roof. The number of panels was maximized based on space allowed by city ordinances, which requires a 3-foot wide walkway around the system, a skylight, and the solar thermal system that was already in place. The solar panels were installed at a low angle tilt that renders the solar array invisible from the front of the building, a requirement for historic landmark buildings. Unique to this installation, you may notice that each row is installed at a different angle of tilt to meet the landmark requirements, yet maximizes the yield throughout the year. The energy collected is in DC and is converted to AC by the inverter, which is inside the home near the fuse box. The inverter is connected via Ethernet to allow real-time analysis of system performance. The PV system is tied to the electric grid, which is mandatory in Chicago. So electricity that we don't use is sent to the electric grid. A net meter allows ComEd to track electrons moving from and to the grid, and report on the electric bill each month shows the amount of electricity we take and send to the grid. Access to real-time energy production is available online. You can see the performance over different time periods and even down to the specs of each panel. As you can see from the chart on the energy production, summer months produces the most energy, which works well when air conditioning is running the hardest. The 6.5 kilowatt system produces approximately 8 megawatt hours of electricity per year. The system cost was approximately $23,000 up front. After a 30% federal tax rebate, incentives would be paid at $200 per megawatt hour or per SREC of energy generated over the next 5 years, plus savings on electric bill. The system pays for itself in 10 years. After that, it's all savings. For folks that have installed PV systems in Illinois more recently, you get to sell all your 5 years of SREC up front. As a user of an electric vehicle, the photovoltaic system doesn't provide enough energy to meet all my electricity needs, so I opted for one of the renewable energy suppliers. There are a number of renewable energy options, including community solar, which is gaining popularity. Lastly, let's take a look at a couple of passive solar design features of the house. The idea here is to take advantage of a large area of south-facing windows to allow sunlight to heat up the interior during cooler months and to block sunlight in the warmer months. To achieve this, our architect designed overhangs and outer shades to block direct sunlight during the summer, and plenty of windows that meet passive house standard to allow sunlight to penetrate and heat up the house during cooler months. An energy recovery ventilation system helps to circulate air throughout the building and bring fresh air in without loss of energy. So that's the end of my tour. I hope you gained some insight into the benefits of different types of domestic solar energy installations. There's no better time to get into solar energy than now, as federal tax incentives for solar installations will reduce over the coming years. And everyone's well-being stands to benefit from a smart investment that will pay back in immeasurable ways. If you want to learn more about solar energy, please check out the various offerings through the Illinois Solar Education Association. Thank you for watching.